Who doesn't love a good knife in the kitchen, Lewis? I'm sort of realizing I've never really had good knives, and Toron sent us so that we could check out their 8-inch Damascus steel chef's knife. And it blew my mind. I mean, I thought I had okay knives, and I would always wonder, why it was so difficult to properly cut things with a knife. And it turns out it was only partially because I'm completely inept with a knife. Part of it was I was also using really bad knives, and this thing is just really, really nice. It's super sharp. It cuts anything. The weight of it is great. And you held this thing, Lewis, and the balance of the weight is like the big thing for me.
Yeah, it's one solid piece of metal through. Of course, you have some padding around the handle, but it is a nice piece of steel.
The only word I can use to describe the feel of it is ergonomic. It just sort of makes sense.
Yeah, ergonomic is a good way to put it. Damascus steel; those used to be the best swords in the world, and I guess they're kind of trying to keep that tradition alive here.
Yeah, I mean, the market for swords has sort of waned over time because sword fighting and sort of common life is much less common. But cutting onions has become increasingly common in sort of the modern world. So it is sort of a natural fit to start using Damascus steel for knives instead of fighting swords. But the knife is really great. I encourage you to check it out. Thanks to Toron for sending it to us. I did some serious work with this thing in the kitchen. Do you agree?
I concur. Yeah, you're pretty busy in the kitchen normally, and
Right.
you're always doing something.
Yeah.
So it is. I mean, I'm the same way. For forever, I was buying the cheapest knife I could find.
Yeah.
It's quite a difference when you finally use one that's well designed.
I had a real heart to heart with myself after getting this thing. I have a knife block which only has room for 3 chef's knives, and I had 3 chef's knives, and I just decided I picked one up, and it's this super cheap. It's like a dull piece of metal stuck into just a very, very cheap piece of plastic. The thing weighs, it must be an ounce. I mean, it's just so light. And I decided that's the end of this knife. This knife is going in the trash, and I am officially replacing it with this Toron 8-inch chef's knife. And I haven't looked back. Check out the knife in the description.